not listen to this recording while driving or operating machinery. Only listen when you are in a safe, quiet space where you can fully relax and bring your complete awareness to your own comfort, allowing yourself to journey inward with complete peace of mind. Before we begin this gentle voyage toward deep, restorative sleep and profound self-acceptance, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, joining our community of souls seeking peace, healing, and the beautiful journey of coming home to themselves. Now, as you settle into your comfortable position, whether lying down or resting in your favorite chair, take a moment to notice how your body naturally wants to be supported tonight. Feel the surface beneath you welcoming your weight, like the earth itself, rising up to cradle you with unconditional love. There is nothing you need to prove, nothing you need to achieve, and nothing you need to become in this sacred space of rest. You are already whole, already worthy, already enough exactly as you are in this very moment. Let your eyes gently close or soften your gaze downward, allowing the outside world to fade into the background, like distant music becoming quieter and quieter. Notice how your breathing flows naturally without any effort or control from you. Each inhale brings in not just oxygen, but also a sense of gentle acceptance of this moment, this breath, this beautiful being that you are. Each exhale releases not only carbon dioxide, but also any tension you have been carrying about needing to be different, better, or somehow other than you are right now. As you breathe, imagine that with each exhale, you are letting go of the weight of self-judgment that you have been carrying, perhaps for so long that it felt like a part of you, but it is not you. It is simply something you have been holding, and now you can choose to set it down, the way you might set down a heavy bag after a long journey. Feel the relief in your shoulders, the softening in your chest, as you release this burden that was never truly yours to carry. Bring your attention now to your forehead, that beautiful expanse of skin that has furrowed with worry, concern, and the effort of trying to figure everything out. Allow your forehead to smooth now, like gentle waves washing over sand, erasing the lines of tension and replacing them with the serene blankness of complete peace. As your forehead relaxes, imagine that all the critical thoughts, all the harsh inner voices, all the doubts about your worth are dissolving like sugar in warm water, leaving only sweetness behind. Let this wave of relaxation flow down to your eyes, those windows through which you see the world, and so often judge yourself too harshly. Allow your eyes to rest deeply in their sockets, like precious stones settled into soft velvet. Behind your closed eyelids, notice how darkness can be not empty, but full of infinite possibility. In this gentle darkness, you need not see yourself through the lens of criticism or comparison. Here you can simply be, like a star resting in the vast, accepting night sky. Feel the relaxation continue to flow down your face, softening your cheeks, unclenching your jaw, allowing your mouth to rest in the slightest, most natural curve of contentment. Your tongue relaxes against the floor of your mouth, and even your teeth can let go of their grip, creating space, creating ease. This is what it feels like to stop trying so hard to cease the constant effort of being anything other than your authentic self. Now bring your awareness to your neck and throat, that bridge between your thoughts and your heart. So often, this area holds the tension of words unspoken, truths withheld, and the pain of not feeling heard or understood, especially by yourself. Allow your neck muscles to release now, like silk scarves unwinding, creating space for your true voice, the voice that speaks with compassion and kindness, especially to yourself. Feel your throat opening and softening, not with tension or the need to defend, but with the gentle vulnerability of someone finally ready to speak love to themselves. Imagine your throat as a channel through which only kindness can flow, both inward and outward, transforming the very vibration of how you speak to your own heart. Let this beautiful wave of acceptance and relaxation pour down into your shoulders now. Those strong structures that have carried so much responsibility, so much effort to be perfect, to meet expectations, to earn love that has always been freely yours. Feel your shoulders dropping away from your ears, settling into a position of rest that says, I do not need to hold up the world. I can simply be held by it. As your shoulders release, imagine they are like two mountains finally able to set down their peaks, becoming gentle hills that roll into the landscape of your being with grace and ease. The weight you have carried here, the burden of proving your worth, can melt away now like snow in spring sunshine, leaving behind the solid, beautiful foundation of who you truly are. Allow this melting sensation to flow down your arms, through your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, and into your hands. Your arms, which have worked so hard to grasp for approval, to reach for validation outside yourself, can now rest at your sides like branches of a tree that knows its worth comes not from its fruit, but from its very existence. Your hands, which have pointed fingers of blame at yourself, can now rest open, palms up or down, in the gesture of receiving the love that surrounds you always. Feel each finger releasing its grip on the need to control, to fix, to make yourself into something other than what you already are. Your hands become like leaves floating on still water, supported effortlessly, moving gently with the current of this moment, trusting that they are exactly where they need to be. Now bring your awareness to your chest, your heart center, that sacred space where love lives and breathes within you. Place your attention here with the same gentle care you might give to a sleeping child. Your chest, which is tightened with anxiety about not being good enough, which is contracted with the pain of self-rejection, can now expand and soften with each breath. Imagine your heart as a beautiful flower that has been waiting patiently for the sunshine of your own acceptance. With each breath, this flower begins to open petal by petal, not because it needs to earn the light, but because the light has always been there, waiting for the flower to simply allow itself to bloom. Your heart expands, not with effort, but with the natural grace of finally coming home to yourself. Feel your ribcage widening and softening, creating space for your heart to beat with the rhythm of self-compassion. Each heartbeat becomes a gentle affirmation. I am worthy. I am enough. I am loved. Not because of what you do or achieve, but because of what you are. A unique, irreplaceable expression of life itself. Let this warmth and acceptance flow down into your abdomen, that center of your personal power and intuition. Your stomach, which has churned with anxiety about not measuring up, can now settle into stillness like a calm lake at dawn. Your solar plexus, which has burned with the fire of self-criticism, can now glow with the gentle warmth of self-acceptance. Feel your entire torso supported from within by this column of unconditional love, as if your spine has become a tree trunk, rooted in the earth of your own worth, reaching up toward the sky of your infinite potential, stable and strong, not because it needs to prove anything, but because it simply is. Allow this beautiful acceptance to flow down into your hips now, that powerful center where you hold so much of your emotional history. Your hips, which may have tightened with the stress of trying to move through life while carrying the weight of self-doubt, can now release and open like the petals of a lotus flower blooming in still water. Feel the muscles around your hip bones softening, creating space for the natural flow of life energy to move through you freely. Imagine your pelvis as a sacred bowl, wide and open, designed not to hold on to pain or criticism, but to allow the waters of self-love to flow through you, cleansing away any remnants of harsh judgment you have carried about your body, your choices, your very being. This is the center where life itself was nurtured within you before your first breath, where your inherent worth was already perfect and complete. Let this wave of gentle acceptance continue down into your thighs, those strong muscles that have carried you through countless days of striving and struggling to be someone other than yourself. Feel your thigh muscles releasing now, like tension melting away under warm sunlight. Your legs, which have run so hard toward goals designed to make you worthy, can now rest in the knowing that you have always been worthy of love, rest, and peace. Allow your knees to soften, those joints that have supported you through the journey of learning to stand on your own, sometimes buckling under the weight of expectations, sometimes locked in the rigidity of trying to be perfect. Your knees can bend now into comfort, flexible and yielding, like a tree that bends in the wind but does not break, strong in its ability to adapt and flow. Feel this beautiful relaxation flowing down into your calves, your shins, those parts of your legs that have moved you forward even when you did not believe in yourself, even when the inner voice whispered that you were not good enough. Your lower legs can rest now, supported completely, no longer needing to push or strive, simply being held by the earth beneath you with the same unconditional support that surrounds you always. Let your ankles soften and release those complex joints that have maintained your balance through times when you felt unsteady in your own skin, uncertain of your place in the world. Your ankles can relax now into the trust that you are exactly where you belong, that your place in this world is not something you need to earn, but something that is your birthright. Allow this wave of acceptance to flow all the way down into your feet, those faithful servants that have carried you through every step of your journey. Your feet, which have walked the difficult paths of self-criticism and doubt, can now rest completely, toes uncurling, arches softening, heels settling into complete comfort. Imagine your feet being bathed in warm, golden light that soaks through your skin and into your bones, carrying with it the message that every step you have taken has been perfect, even the ones that felt like mistakes. Now, as your entire body rests in this beautiful state of physical acceptance, imagine that you are lying in a meadow of the softest grass you have ever felt. This is not ordinary grass, but blades woven from pure compassion, each one whispering gentle words of love and acceptance. The earth beneath this meadow is not cold or hard, but perfectly warm and yielding, shaped to cradle your body exactly as it is, without any need for you to be different. Above you, the sky opens in the most beautiful shade of twilight blue, that magical color that appears just as day surrenders to night. In this sky, the first stars are beginning to appear, and each star represents one thing about yourself that you are learning to love and accept. There is a star for your sensitivity, a star for your struggles, a star for your dreams, a star for your fears, a star for your laughter, a star for your tears. Each one shines with equal brightness because each one is an essential part of the constellation that is you. As you lie here in this meadow of acceptance, a gentle breeze begins to blow, but this is not an ordinary breeze. This wind carries with it the voices of everyone who has ever loved you, not for what you achieved or how you performed, but simply for the unique light that shines from your being. Listen carefully, and you might hear the whisper of a grandparent's unconditional love, the laughter of a friend who delights in your company, the purr of a pet who loves you without judgment, the sigh of the earth itself welcoming you home. Feel this breeze moving across your skin, and with each touch, it carries away another layer of self-criticism, another story you have told yourself about not being enough. The wind is patient and thorough, finding every hidden place where you have stored harsh words about yourself, gently lifting them away like autumn leaves that have served their purpose and are ready to return to the earth. As the breeze continues to caress you, you notice that you are beginning to glow with a soft, warm light. This light does not come from outside you, but from within, as if you are remembering something you have always known but temporarily forgot. This is the light of your inherent worth, your natural goodness, your birthright of belonging. It has been there all along, waiting patiently beneath the clouds of self-doubt, ready to shine the moment you stop trying to dim it. This inner light grows warmer and brighter with each breath, not with the harsh glare of perfection, but with the gentle radiance of authentic self-love. It illuminates not just your strengths and achievements, but also your vulnerabilities, your mistakes, your human imperfections, showing you that these too are part of your beauty, part of what makes you real and lovable and whole. Now imagine that from this meadow of acceptance, a path begins to appear. This path is made not of stone or dirt, but of soft, luminescent moss that glows with the same inner light you have discovered within yourself. This path leads to a special place, a sanctuary that exists only for you, where you can always come to remember your worth, to reconnect with your inherent goodness, to rest in the truth of who you are. Begin to follow this path now, not by walking, but by floating gently above it, carried by the current of your own self-compassion. As you move along this luminous trail, notice how the landscape around you reflects the beauty of your own acceptance. Flowers bloom that represent your courage to be vulnerable. Trees grow whose roots represent your growing self-love. Streams flow that carry the melody of your authentic voice. You realize that this entire landscape is not separate from you, but is you, the geography of your own soul, when seen through the eyes of love rather than judgment. Every hill represents a challenge you have overcome. Every valley a place where you have learned to rest. Every river a flow of emotion you have allowed yourself to feel. All of it is beautiful. All of it is worthy. All of it is perfectly, imperfectly you. The path leads you to a clearing where stands the most beautiful tree you have ever seen. This tree is ancient and wise, its trunk wide enough to embrace, its branches reaching both deep into the earth and high into the sky. As you approach, you realize that this tree has been growing throughout your entire life, fed by every act of self-kindness you have ever shown yourself, watered by every tear of compassion you have shed, strengthened by every moment you chose love over fear. You settle against the trunk of this magnificent tree, feeling its bark warm and smooth against your back. As you rest here, you understand that this tree is your own self-acceptance made manifest, your own love for yourself given form. Its roots go deep into the truth of your inherent worth. Its branches reach toward the infinite possibilities of who you are becoming when you cease trying to be anyone else. As you rest against this tree of self-acceptance, you begin to hear something extraordinary. It is the sound of the tree itself, a deep, rhythmic humming that matches the beating of your own heart. This is the song of unconditional love, the melody that has been playing within you since the moment you came into being, sometimes quiet beneath the noise of self-criticism, but never silent, always there, always waiting for you to remember how to listen. The leaves of this tree begin to shimmer and dance in the gentle breeze, and each leaf carries a message written in golden light. One leaf whispers, "You are worthy of love exactly as you are." Another says, "Your sensitivity is a gift to the world." Still another glows with the words, "Your mistakes have taught you compassion." Leaf after leaf carries these messages of acceptance, floating down around you like gentle snow made of pure love. Allow yourself to receive these messages, not just with your mind, but with every cell of your being. Feel them sinking into your skin, your muscles, your bones, reprogramming the very foundation of how you see yourself. Where once there might have been harsh judgment, now there is understanding. Where once there was criticism, now there is curiosity. Where once there was rejection, now there is the warm embrace of coming home to yourself. As you continue to rest against this tree, you notice that the evening light is growing softer, more golden, preparing for the transition into night. But this approaching darkness holds no fear, no anxiety about tomorrow's challenges or yesterday's regrets. This darkness is welcoming, like the embrace of a loving parent tucking you in for the night, promising that you are safe, you are loved, you are exactly where you belong. The stars above begin to shine more brightly now, and you realize that each star in this sky is connected to you by invisible threads of light. These are the threads of your own self-compassion, weaving you into the fabric of the universe, reminding you that you are not separate or alone, but part of something infinitely beautiful and loving. Your place in this cosmic tapestry is not something you need to earn or prove. It simply is, as natural and undeniable as the light of the stars themselves. As you gaze up at these stars through the branches of your tree, you begin to feel yourself becoming lighter, as if the weight of self-judgment that you have carried for so long is finally lifting away. Your body feels as light as air, as free as starlight, as peaceful as the space between heartbeats. You are dissolving into pure acceptance, pure love, pure being. Now imagine that you are beginning to merge with the tree itself, not losing yourself, but finding yourself more completely than ever before. Your breathing synchronizes with the tree's ancient rhythm. Your heartbeat matches its deep, steady pulse. You become rooted in self-love, reaching toward the infinite sky of your own potential, grounded in the earth of your own worth. Feel yourself expanding beyond the boundaries of your physical body, becoming one with this entire landscape of acceptance. You are the meadow and the flowers, the path and the clearing, the tree and the stars. You are the gentle breeze that carries messages of love, the golden light that illuminates the truth of who you are. In this expansion, you discover that self-acceptance is not something you need to achieve, but something you need to remember. It has always been your natural state. As this realization settles into your being like warm honey, you feel a profound sense of coming home. Not to a place, but to yourself. Not to who you think you should be, but to who you have always been beneath the stories, beneath the fears, beneath the need to be anyone other than your authentic self. This homecoming fills you with such peace, such relief, such joy, that tears of gratitude begin to flow. Not tears of sadness, but tears of recognition, of remembering, of finally seeing yourself through the eyes of love. These tears fall like gentle rain onto the earth around the tree, and where each drop lands, new flowers begin to bloom. These are the flowers of self-forgiveness, of self-compassion, of self-love. They create a garden around you that will always be here, always be available when you need to remember who you truly are beneath the temporary storms of self-doubt. Now, as the night deepens and the stars shine even more brilliantly overhead, you feel yourself beginning to drift into the most peaceful sleep you have ever known. But this is not the sleep of escape or avoidance. This is the sleep of one who has finally laid down the heavy armor of trying to be perfect, the exhausting effort of earning love that has always been freely given. Your breathing becomes slower and deeper, each exhale releasing you further into this ocean of acceptance, each inhale drawing in more of the peace that comes from finally being at home in your own skin. Your body sinks deeper into comfort, held and supported, not just by the surface beneath you, but by the invisible arms of your own self-love. As you drift deeper into this sacred space between waking and sleeping, you carry with you the knowing that you are loved, not for what you do or accomplish, but for the simple miracle of your existence. You carry with you the understanding that your worth is not conditional, not temporary, not dependent on anything outside yourself. It is as permanent and unshakable as the earth beneath you, as infinite and boundless as the sky above you. Let this knowing permeate every cell of your being as you sink into sleep, programming your subconscious mind with the truth of your inherent goodness. Tonight, as you sleep, this acceptance will work its magic, healing old wounds, dissolving ancient fears, replacing criticism with compassion, judgment with joy, rejection with the warm embrace of unconditional love. Your dreams tonight will be filled with images of beauty, with sensations of being held and cherished, with the deep knowing that you are exactly as you should be. Every breath you take in sleep will be a breath of self-acceptance. Every heartbeat an affirmation of your worth. Every moment of rest a gift you give yourself simply because you deserve peace, comfort, and love. And when morning comes, when you return to waking consciousness, You will carry with you this deep knowing of your own worth. You will meet the day not as someone trying to prove their value, but as someone who knows their value is inherent, unquestionable, and eternal. You will speak to yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. See yourself with the same compassion you would show a beloved child. For now, let yourself sink completely into this ocean of acceptance, this sea of unconditional love. Let every muscle relax completely, every thought dissolve into peace, every worry melt away into the knowing that you are safe, you are loved, you are home. Sleep now in the warm embrace of your own acceptance, knowing that you are exactly where you belong, exactly who you are meant to be, exactly as perfect as you have always been. Sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, sleep in the warm light of your own self-love. You are worthy of this rest, deserving of this peace, entitled to this gentle journey into the healing darkness of restorative sleep. Rest now, beautiful soul, in the truth of who you are.